You guys, I think I made my espresso martini too strong. Oh my god, where are my manners? I'm supposed to cheers, you guys. Cheers. Being a part of the CHUB club, you guys know, you either love yourself while you're fat or you're gonna change. I'm happy. I'm happy with who I am. As long as I'm happy with who I am, I don't really give a shit what everyone else has to say, you know? Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another Tell Me More. I'm so excited. So for today's topics, we're gonna dive into one, I'm gonna update you guys on my grandma calling me fat. I know that was a very big Tell Me More episode. I remember when I posted it, so many of you guys came to me and told me your story, and I was just like, holy crap. Like, I knew that a lot of people were going to resonate with my story, but I didn't think it was gonna be that much, and it's really heartbreaking to hear how many people had to deal with something similar as mine, because what happened with me was traumatic for me, and me taking a stand was a big deal. So I'm gonna deep dive into that for a little bit to update you guys and let you know how my family has handled the F word. F word today being fat. And then I'm also going to deep dive into being just a bigger gal. Tell Me More is not just about me being Asian, bigger, and yada yada yada. This is an open space for whatever you guys want to talk about. I'm gonna come here and talk to you guys about my dating life, or how pathetic I was when I fell for a guy that completely ghosted me. It's just everything. I think I'm also gonna talk about school and how it was very traumatic for me. Just all sorts of different things. I have built up a list of all the topics I want to talk about, so trust me, we won't stay in this realm. But if you also enjoy the talk of romance, the talk of losing weight but gaining weight again, and confidence, and growing up in a minority family, just all sorts of things, this is where we're going to talk about it. So today's drink of the day, I'm very excited because I said I was going to make this last time, and I made it, and hopefully it's good. I tested this a couple weeks ago and it was good then, but I didn't really measure and I made it really, really quick. It's an espresso martini. I put it in a Yeti cup because I made it like an hour ago and I was setting up and I was running around. So I was like, oh, I need to keep it chill. But then I brought my martini glass. So let's just pour it in. Ew. Oh, I made a little extra. Hopefully it's good. So what's in here is espresso, Kalua, and vodka. I could have added simple syrup, but I didn't because I thought the Kalua would be sweet enough. So let's try. Oh, she is strong, but she's really good. I don't know how everybody else makes their martinis, but this is how I make mine. I literally, that's all I did, you guys. Vodka, Kalua, and espresso. And if you don't have espresso, use your cold brew. I don't know, you know? Go to Starbucks real quick. Go get yourself a tall cup of cold brew, stick it in the fridge, and use that. It's like the same thing. Oh my god, where are my manners? I'm supposed to cheers, you guys. Cheers. Make eye contact when you cheers or you're gonna have bad sex for 10 years. You guys are wondering why you're having bad sex. That's probably why. Okay. It's a little strong, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, let's get right into it. So first things first, a lot of people have asked me like, hey, how's it going with your grandma? Has anything changed? What's the update? So let's rewind for those of you who didn't watch it. If you guys want to watch in depth in the moment, because that was filmed in the moment, I will link that video down below. 2 years ago, right before COVID, yes, it was right before COVID. It was the Thanksgiving right before COVID. My family always comes over. My family means my grandma and my grandfather, and then my cousin who is here for studies. They come over to eat Thanksgiving breakfast. In our culture, we have breakfast instead of dinner. My mom is literally cooking all night long and then waking up at like 6 o'clock to get everything done. And then we eat breakfast at around 10 o'clock. So every time we have Thanksgiving or New Year's, I think that's it. I'm trying to think. if we have any other formal dinners where we pray. I think that's it. Those are the two that we specifically pray and sing. I grew up in a Christian family. My grandparents are Christian, so it's just been a tradition in our family. So usually my grandma does the prayers, and that one's specific, Thanksgiving. I am the biggest in the family. I'll straight up flat out say it. I really don't care. It is something I never thought that I would ever say, that I don't care, but I am in such a different headspace than I was 2 years ago when I filmed that. But I am the biggest person. I've been the smallest, I've been the medium, and I've been the biggest in the family. I've been all over the spectrum. And I'm only gonna speak from my perspective of being Korean in my world. I don't want to say that all families that are Korean are like mine, but just mine, and from my culture and my traditions and obvious reasons, Asian women are smaller. They're more petite, they're pale, they have a specific look, and I don't fit in that criteria. And so growing up being Asian and being bigger was never an ideal situation. And I was always told how to diet, when to diet, why I should diet. And the list goes on, really. Why I should diet, because I'm not going to get a husband if I don't diet. I'm going to waste my 20s being fat. Or how to diet. Oh, these are all the fad diets that are going on right now that you should try. Oh, have you tried this? Have you tried that? You shouldn't eat this. Why aren't you eating? Eat your food. Don't eat your food. Why are you eating? Are you dieting? Are you not dieting? Literally, the list goes on and on and on. I cannot even. It's a lot. So I've heard it all, okay? I've already dealt with this whole "you're fat" thing. And I don't really mind when other people call me fat. Like, there's some haters out there that call me fat, and I'm like, cool. But when it comes to family, it's more hurtful to me, because it's not like I enjoy being fat, but it's also like, if I wanted to change it, I would do it. I've done it before, so just back off, you know? So that one lovely Thanksgiving breakfast, my grandma decided that she was gonna pray like she always does every Thanksgiving for the last 27 years of my life. But then while she was praying, she slipped it in there and was like, I hope that one of my other cousins and Yeji, who's me, loses weight. And then she finished her prayer. And from that moment, I literally was like, that is so cruel of you to say in the middle of your prayer. Like, it was just so heartbreaking for me, because I was like, is that really that's most important to you? Because mind you, in her prayer is like, oh, I hope you bring my children happiness and money and wealth and, like, you know, joy and just everything, you know? And then the only thing you had to say about me, because for my brother, it was like, oh, I hope he does well in school, like, I hope he grows. But for me, it was, I hope she gets skinny. Like, I just don't think, you know? And so then I had this big ass epiphany and was like, holy crap, I just can't. I can't do it. Like, that was just the moment for me. And then luckily, unluckily in that situation only, I couldn't see my grandparents for 2 years because of COVID, and it was really bad. And mind you, before that, I used to see my grandparents almost every Sunday. I lived with them when I was little, and then I saw them every Sunday after church just to greet them. And after that Thanksgiving, I was done. I did New Year's. I did do New Year's with them. And then COVID happened in March, and then I didn't see them at all. By the time COVID was like, teeter-tottering okay in the second year. So what, it happened in 2020. By 2021, I still was not seeing them. I denied every invitation. I did not eat with them for their birthdays. I made excuses and left the house. When my aunt visited, and we usually have a big family dinner, I rejected going to that as well. I was in so much pain because I had gone through enough, basically bullying, because every single family member had called me fat, and then every single family member who had seen me skinny, and now I was dealing with the fact that I was fat again. You know, I had lost weight. I had lost about like 50 pounds and then I gained it all back and more from COVID. And I was just like, I can't show face. I can't go around these people because I already know what they're gonna say and I'm gonna cry myself to sleep if I see them. So I'm protecting myself and my heart and I'm not gonna see them. And so I pretty much shunned everyone except for my one cousin for the 2 years because I was just like, I cannot see them. I can't avoid them forever. And you guys are probably like, why not, Michelle? They caused you so much distress. But it's like, I still come from a traditional cultured background. So me not showing up to certain things like Thanksgiving, New Year's, or my grandparents' birthdays mirror my parents. It's not just about me. Maybe for those of you who are from a different culture, maybe they can understand that, but I don't want to ever make my grandparents think that my parents didn't raise me right, because they won't understand that, oh, we called you fat and that's why you're mad. Like, that's not good enough for them. It's like, oh, but we are helping you. Like, you're fat, it's unhealthy. Like, we're just helping you try to get skinny. You know, so they don't understand like the actual mental abuse that it causes for me and my self-confidence and my self-esteem and the way I look at myself and the way I view myself and just everything, you know, they don't really understand mental health. So I decided after I had been avoiding them for 2 years, I was like, how am I gonna go about this situation to get myself to come around them comfortably? And so I pretty much ban the words fat and diet. I think a lot of it was just that it piles up, and I've been hearing these words about diet and fat and skinny and this and that for years. You guys, my freaking doctor, she was Korean, used to call me openly fat, like straight up fat. I wish I could find her, honestly. She fucking retired, but if I could find her again, she abused me, like, verbally by harassing me about my weight all the time. And I was like, you think, I'm sorry, I'm getting really, really angry because it's just not a thing. It's just not a thing. You don't go around calling people fat. And you don't go around telling people how to lose weight if they're not asking for your advice. Anyways, I banned the words completely. I said, no more. I don't want to hear it. I've done it before. If I want to do it again, I will do it. I don't need to hear your opinions. I don't need to know about what new doctor in Korea said about dieting. I don't need any fad diets. I don't need anything. Just don't talk about it. It shouldn't even be a thought. It's not your body. You don't get to remind me every day. If that's the only thing you have to say when you look at me, I don't even want to look at you. And so we have completely banned it. I don't ever hear it from my mom. Every so often we talk about it, and my mom comes, I know where my mom's coming from, but she just I finally have gotten her to understand why she's not allowed to say it. Of course, my mom is my mom. She worries about me. And of course, being prettier, there's pretty privilege for a reason, because prettier people just get better service or whatever, you know? So I get it. My mom is like, you're beautiful. You would be even more beautiful if you lost weight. And I get that because I know how it feels to be skinnier and just feel prettier. I get that. However, I was like, it's too much for me. You can't say it because it hurts me more than anything. If I want it, when I really, really want it, I will do it. Trust me. So that's pretty much the update. That's all that's happened. I have seen them since COVID opened. I think last November was the first time I saw them. Actually, yeah, I think last November. No, just kidding. I don't know when I saw them, but I saw them for the first time, and I literally, my whole body was like rejecting everything. I remember sitting there, and I sit next to my grandmother, of course, and she was just itching to say something. Like, she was dying to say something. I knew it, but she held it in for the most part. I think she started talking about a fad diet, actually. I don't know. So that's how I handled the situation. And so far, it's been really good, and I feel happier. I am constantly working on myself. For those of you who have been on and off diets, you guys know what I mean. But I'm very happy right now. I'm working on me on my own terms, at my own pace. And that's all that matters. Okay, this next portion is just how I want to talk about, you know, being in the bigger community, being a part of the CHUB club. You guys know. It's a good thing. I love being a part of it, but it's also very hard. And what I mean by that is, for those of you who struggle with your weight, you'll definitely feel heard, I hope. And that's kind of the purpose of this. I want you guys, and you don't have to be bigger to understand. You can be skinny, you can be fit, you can feel, we're human beings, you know? We don't always love our bodies. It's never a thing. There are people who are better at taking care of themselves, yes, but I would like to meet someone who wakes up every single day and can say, I love every single thing about myself, and is like 5,000 times confident than any human being. I would like to see that person. I just want to talk about it because I think I was watching something on TikTok, and this girl came on and she brought to light some of the things that I do because I am a bigger girl. And what I mean by that is, for example, like, I wear shirts that are very big, not because I'm trying to hide all this. I mean, I would still wear bigger, but the reason why I do really oversized is because it needs to be long enough to cover my fupa. A lot of people, by the way, I'm gonna add this in, a lot of people have this wrong idea of a fupa. A fupa and a muffin top is very different, okay? It's not like, oh, like right here, it sits like right on top of my jeans. It's not above the pelvis. That's not the pelvis. You have to think literally right on top of your kitty cat. That is a fupa. It literally stands for fat upper pelvic area. Literally right above. That is what a fupa is, and that is why I wear long shirts, because I don't like my fupa. So there's things like that, and I'm sure there's plenty of you out there that deal with that. I also wanted to dip my toes into, when you're bigger, you don't get the same attention as pretty girls. It's very hard hanging around certain people if you don't feel confident, because it hurts to be around them. And you'll make it through and you'll act like you're fine, but I know it hurts when you're out with a friend who's prettier than you, or not that she's prettier than you, but she's way skinnier than you, and she gets to talk to guys and she gets hit on, and you're just the friend that sits there like smiling because you're like, okay, you go girl, you go. But then you already know that they're all shitty, because it's like, if you cared, you would talk to everyone, not just the pretty girl, but you know what I mean. Along the lines of that, something I really want to talk about, and I wanted to get your guys' opinion on, is something I used to do. I don't do it anymore because I really don't give a shit. But something I used to do is when we would go and meet new people or new guys, or just in general, like guys are there when we're all hanging out, meeting new people, girls and guys, but specifically guys, I used to friend zone myself. So I'd act like one of the guys, not like a pick-me girl, like I'm a guy's girl kind of thing, but literally like just that, like, oh, I'm your wing woman, the funny, you know, but just so that you could feel liked. And just so you could feel like they're talking to you, they're giving you attention because you're fun, you're easy to get along with, you know, those things. I used to do it a lot because I thought that was the only way I can get a guy's attention. And I thought, you know what, if I stoop to his level, or if I can connect with him that way, maybe he'll see me for who I am and maybe he'll like me. Don't do it, girl. Honestly, it's not even worth it. I mean, you're gonna do your fair share of it, but it's not worth it. Honestly, it's a different version of people pleasing, but the reason why we people please is because we lack confidence in something, whether that's your weight, whether that's your height, whether that's your skin, whether that's just anything. That's something that I used to do. I want to know if you guys did it too. And you don't even have to be fat to do it. You can be anything, like literally anything. Something I also want to talk briefly about is, a lot of people ask me like, oh, how is it dating being the bigger girl? I've talked about it briefly in my Tell Me More with my cousin a couple weeks ago, or a few weeks ago, I guess, like a month ago. And dating when you're a bigger gal is very hard, because I don't know about you guys, but posting a a, picture or choosing pictures to post on your dating app is so hard. Now this is specifically for me and my body and just how I don't love every single thing about my body and just being a bigger girl. It's just hard because, one, I don't take very many pictures, but I always go through this fight of like, okay, I need a really good selfie. Maybe I should post one with friends, but I've also done this thing. Now I don't care. I'm very different. I'm talking in experiences of what I've had and how much I've grown and learned. And I'm just like, oh, I gotta make sure I post a picture. So I need a selfie and I need a picture with a friend because they need to know that I have friends, but can't post ones where my friends are too pretty. Have you ever done that? I know you have, and don't you lie to me. 3, nowadays I'm very like pro posting a body picture because I'm like, y'all better know what you're getting into, because I swear to God, we meet and you act like you're surprised because I'm bigger. Like, don't act dumb. So I need a body picture, and then I need another good picture. And then I've heard something about like, don't post your dog. But anyways, that's the thought process I have to go through. And then the nerve-wracking part of when you start talking and when you move over to Instagram or Snapchat or text, whatever. Don't go to Snapchat, but you know what I mean. And then they want a photo because you want a photo. You want to see more of them that wasn't on their dating profile, you know? And then it just gets nerve-wracking because you're sitting there like, oh crap, like I need to send a photo right now because all those photos I posted were staged. So what do I do, you know? So I totally get it. It's very nerve-wracking. I don't love it, hence why I have taken a break. And thus far, I've done very well. Last month, I got a little bit bored. I'm not gonna lie, and I almost went on, but I didn't. I was bored, and then I found out that Hinge has the voice recording thing, and I like my voice. So I was like, what do I do? But I did not get on it. I'm still on my break. I'm very much enjoying my break. But it's hard. It's hard to live in a world where all we're worried about is the way things look. Whether that's a person or whether that's an aesthetic, you know? Everybody's always looking for something. And don't get me wrong, we're all human beings and we're all a little bit shallow. So I get it. We want pretty things. We look at pretty things. When a nice looking guy walks by, yeah, I'm gonna look at him and kind of admire him because he's cute. Even with girls. I'm straight and I'm telling you, when I see a pretty girl, I admire her because she's very pretty. It's the things that, it's just, we like pretty things. Why do you think everyone loves designer? Because it's pretty things. It's just everyone has named it pretty things. And so now we're all like, ooh, pretty things. So I get it. I get it. We go for pretty things. It's just, I really don't know how I feel about dating apps anymore. I've been on them for way too long. I just think it's gotten even more shallow. You guys, I think I made my espresso martini too strong. Too strong. Okay, we will perfect this next time because holy crap, I added too much vodka in it. Maybe I didn't add enough coffee in it. So I know that this video was all over the place and it was kind of spitting out different facts here and there, but I just wanted to put it out there because I don't want anyone to feel like they're alone, because I think for me, I always felt like I'm the only one struggling with this specific thing, like the fupa thing, you know, or there are things that I stop myself from doing, like saying that I'm craving specific things or ordering more food than everybody, not because I'm bigger, but just because I wanted more food, or how people talk to you. And I'm not saying just the opposite sex or whoever you're attracted to, but just people in general. My grandma, you know, just anybody. Little things like pulling out my shirt every time I sit down because I have to make sure that my shirt is loose enough to hide my stomach. Things like that, you know, and certain things will never go away. I will always wear a longer shirt to hide my fupa. I will always tug at my shirt when I sit down. There will always be certain things, but there needs to be a sense of you're okay with the way you are. You have to get to a point, and it's a very hard point because it was for me. When I spiraled after losing weight and then started gaining it back, I went through like big, deep, dark depression. I mean, I went through something personal, but my weight had a lot to do with it. And the reason was because I had lost so much. And I know I'm talking about this because I know a lot of you guys struggle, because it's not just me who constantly loses weight, then gains the weight, then loses the weight and gains the weight. There's reasons why fad diets are out there, because that's what they're for. Not that I was on one, but I went through my own struggles. You went through your own struggles. And the biggest turning point for me, and I'm going to leave you guys with this. This is the last thing I'm going to say because I hope it sits with you and gets you to think about it a little bit. But I had to get to a point where I said, here's the deal, Michelle. You either love yourself while you're fat, or you're going to change. You're going to get your ass up. You're going to go to the gym. You're going to start making meal plans. You're going to eat healthier. You're going to do this and this and this and this and this. Or if you're going to choose to stay who you are now because you like eating food, food makes you happy, it fulfills you, then you're going to stay this and you're going to be happy. Because why the fuck am I going to live in this world that already sucks as it is, okay? It sucks as it is. And I'm going to sit there moping and groaning and crying because I don't like my body when I am the only one that can change it, whether I want to pay for it or work hard for it. It doesn't matter. So you're either going to change or you're going to love yourself. And I decided, you know what? I don't want to change right now. I like food too much right now. I am happy right now, and I don't even need a man. I'm happy. I'm happy with who I am. As long as I'm happy with who I am, I don't really give a shit what everyone else has to say, you know? So that was my take on how I decided to change my look on who I am, what I stand for. And that was the biggest turning point for me. And that was 2 years ago. So right around the time COVID happened. So that is what I'm going to leave you guys with. I hope something in this Tell Me More resonated with you guys. I would love to hear any of your stories down below. If you guys want to share a story that you personally have gone through that resonates with you, and you want to share it with me, and you want to share it with all my subscribers, please email down below. If you guys have any topics you want to talk about, please leave it down in the comments below. I would love to talk about what you guys are interested. It's not just about me and what I want to talk about. It's what you guys want to talk about and what resonates with you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Tell Me More. Chloe, you want to say bye with me? Come here. Come here. Come here, baby. Okay, stay there. Okay, here. I hope you guys enjoyed this Tell Me More. Please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Comment down below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.